You ready?
Yeah.
So here with Chris Rock going to talk about good hair.
Good hair.
Where does this doc fit in with your body of work?
I don't know. It feels closer to a stand-up special than it does to an actual movie for some reason. I don't know. That's how the audience reacts to it anyway.
Did you think about that going in, or is that just naturally Chris Rock?
I don't know. I didn't really give it much thought. You want to be funny. You want to have an interesting topic. Um, I mean, it gets big laughs. I thought it could work. I mean, that's why I did it, but I didn't think it would get laughs like this.
Do you enjoy the doc process more than feature films and stand up?
No. I mean, doc process is. I mean, just the editing takes so much longer than your average feature film because you're literally in a normal movie you write the movie and you shoot it. In a documentary you shoot it then you write it. You know. You know.
What bonus footage can we look forward to?
There's some really good stuff on the origin of the Jerry curl. It's really really funny. Just where it came from, and we interviewed a lot of people that still have Jerry curls. You ever see a guy with a Jerry curl now? It's like so weird.
Not since Easy E.
Right. So what we found, like guys that still have Jerry curls that won't let them go, and we had a Jerry curl round table at one point. It's kind of
Who's this self-proclaimed creator of the Jerry curl? Morrow, I think his name was.
Willie Morrow is the self. He claims to actually have invented the Jerry curl. Well, he says he invented the California curl, which is I guess different than Jerry curl. And the Jerry curl was stolen from him. So he's like a blues guy. He's like the guy that wrote Blue Suede Shoes before Elvis. He's like Big Mama Thornton.
Is he like an old pimp or something? Like Rosebud with two D's for a double dose?
Nah, he's like a chemist or something. Like he had like a real job. It was fascinating guy. It's weird. Willie Morrow.
What about? Do you know about characters like Derek J before you started the project?
I never knew about any of these guys before I started the project. And now, they're in my life.
So you ever go to Derek J's for a barbecue?
I've never gone to Derek J's for a barbecue. Would I go if I was in Atlanta? If I was doing some shows, I would stop by. I was there. It's weird. I was on tour last year. The movies we've been shooting a movie for like 2 years, and when I was doing my stand-up tour, yeah, they all came to the shows, like in different cities and stuff. So hey, Derek J's here. Hey, Freddie's here. Hey, I played Vegas. I think Freddie came to Vegas, and it was good.
Were you surprised at how wacky these guys were?
Nah, cause hairdressers are just they don't really have a reputation of being conservative people. They're pretty much out there. Anybody that does hair. So
Is there a story behind the guy? You know, the guy selling them the wigs, the weaves, and the wigs, and he's in L.A. and Beverly Hills, and he got that real long straight hair.
that guy. He's probably the top, definitely the top black salon in America. Because he's on Rodeo Drive, doing black women's hair. You know,
So
Elgin Charles used to be married to actress Jackie.
I was going through the catalogs today, and I found this from 1991,
Oh man,
and there's a skit on there on weaves.
never trust a. Yeah, I guess there is a Weaves. Wow, in '91. See, what's weird? When I really think about it, this is the first time I got aware of the Bonner Brothers hair show. I was in Atlanta recording this album in '91, and the Bonner Brothers show was that same week, and I met some people from the Bonner Brothers show, and that's when I got the initial idea to do the movie. But in '91, you gonna do a funny what? People thought I was retarded. So years later, I got kids, and the idea came back. But yeah, I got the idea recording this album. Well,
When's the last time you looked at that disc?
I haven't looked at it in a while. Now I'm looking at this picture. It's actually pretty good. It's scared of me. The white guys taking their money. It's like, it's actually not a bad picture. I used to hate it. Now I'm like, fuck, I'm old, man. I have aged.
Is there still something like OW?
Most obvious weave. Wow. I did an album in '91. How many years is it? It's like, how old is this album? Is it almost 20 years old? I did this album in '91? Yeah, it says '91. Which means I really did it in '90. Oh, it's gonna be. Fuck, it's gonna be 20 years old this year, man. It's gonna be fucking 20 years old.
Would you ever do something on sneakers? I noticed you got your J's on in that photo.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm looking at these sneakers too, like, man, where did I get. Oh, fuck. So I already had some money. I had at least $100 recorded. This photographer's good. I'm like, now I'm like sitting here, because I've taken the album covers since, and HBO covers since, and I'm like, I'm really actually realizing this is one of the better, this is probably better than the stuff I spent a lot of money to shoot. Wow. Born Suspect.
So you haven't thought about that in a minute.
Haven't thought about it a bit.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna ask you about a lot of the stuff in the movie talks about like black owned versus the global economy. What's your take on that?
You know, it's the flaw in in Martin Luther King's genius. We fought to be a part of something when we should have been fighting to have our own something.
But it never seems to come to fruition.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's weird. Before, of course, segregation was just horrible. You know, but in the midst of segregation, there were black-owned businesses that made tons of money. And, this whole fight to be a part of something killed those businesses. So, that's what and it affects us even today.
What are you working on next? What's your projects coming up?
I got nothing. I did a movie with a Martin Lawrence called Death at a Funeral, comes out in April. And I have another movie with Adam Sandler, Kevin James, called Grown Ups, comes out in June.
Is that like a Happy Madison flick?
It's a total Happy Madison, me, Kevin James, Sandler, David Spade, Rob Schneider, Tim Meadows, Maya Rudolph, Salma Hayek, Maria Bello, good cast, Norm Macdonald,
That sounds
Colin
good.
Quinn.
Anything to say about Canada?
Love Canada, love Toronto especially. Always good shows here.